One of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport, Sugar Ray Leonard, made history once, over and over and over. He had to retire when he had a detached retina. He had to retire again when he felt he was not ready to participate at the highest levels. Then he came back again and again and again. Today, we are witnessing, we're living a complicated time in which boxers are coming out of the retirement, trying to compete. It all started with exhibitions, but now it's turning into a concern when promoters that are not in boxing are trying to do fights just for the money, with the danger of the fighters at stake. There's a great difference between an exhibition and a fight. So we have an expert on the field who came back 4 or 5 times to fight and more. So we'll leave the microphone to my personal hero, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So are you asking me questions?
Yes.
Anyone can ask a question?
If you wish.
Yes, I think that's better. Raise your hand, please. Yes.
Thank you to be here. My question is, what is your opinion about the exhibition fights now? Because every boxer wants to get back, even when they are retired for a very long time.
That's a very serious question, because we should be able to do what we want to do at any age, except at age where that you may stand the possibility of getting hurt. I mean, an exhibition is kind of a, well, the way I view it, is a kind of a, just messing around, just showing what you can do. Where's Roberto? Is Roberto here?
He was here earlier.
He was here?
Roberto.
Roberto.
Duran.
Is Tommy Hearns here?
No, not Tommy.
Is Donnie Lalonde here?
Downstairs. Oh, okay. Please bring him.
Yes, I mean, I can really discuss this.
Last man was here. Vinny pass.
Vinny? Again, I mean, I'm 65 years old. But, I feel great. I don't feel 65, whatever that feels like. I'm sorry? But boxing gave me a life. If it wasn't for boxing, I wouldn't be alive here talking to you guys. I mean, and majority of times, 99% of times, it's for financial reasons. But you know what? I don't look down upon it. I clap, I watch it. I mean, who knows? I mean, life is what you make it. Yes?
Why is it so difficult for a boxer, especially a famous and very successful boxer, to retire? They always seem to go on a touch too long.
Why is it so difficult for a boxer to retire? I am an expert. For me, the first time I retired, I was like, I think 25, and that was due to a partial detached retina. And but thank God for medical technology that they could fix it. And in fact, my ophthalmologist said, Ray, your eye is better than your other eye after the surgery. And I understood the concern from people being, I was coming back and against Marvin. There was major concern. But the WBC believed in me, and thank you once again. Thank you again. Yes.
Ray, Olympic gold medalist. I'm a referee and judge, but I also coach children amateur boxing. What do you see the importance of having a great amateur career before you turn professional?
Well, you want to repeat that? I'm sorry.
I say, you know, as everybody here will know, you are a fantastic, great champion, amateur and professional, Olympic gold medalist. But I coach young children, amateur boxing, keep them off the streets. And for somebody like yourself who went on to great things, what do you see is the importance of having a great amateur career before turning professional?
Extremely, extremely, as much as I can say extremely, it's so important. First of all, you'll know the basic fundamentals. 1, 2, how to protect yourself, how to duck, because I started boxing when I was 9 years old. And I remember it like it was yesterday. My first sparring match, the kid hit me in the nose, and I said, well, that's it. And I quit. I retired. And I came back when I was like 14 years old. And I put those gloves on, and it was like I found boxing, boxing found me, or we found each other. From that point on, my career was on the road. Yes.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
Nowadays, I'm sure you're aware, there's social media. It's a different time than when you were younger fighting. And you'll see oftentimes older folks using social media, arguing with younger folks about this era being better than that era, this guy. They come up with dream matchups that could never have happened because of the disparity in ages. Do you have any feeling about the current era of fighters versus, say, your era?
You know what? Do I have any problem or any say about, you know, these entertainer boxers or whatever you guys disclose them as? You know, at first I was like, but it's okay. You know, if it helps the sport of boxing, boxing is going to continue to change. Football is going to continue to change. Everything is going to continue to change for hopefully for the betterment of the sport. But I have no problem with it. The only problem I have is the fact that they're making more money than I used to make. So different tax bracket.
Sugar, sorry, over here.
Where?
On your right. Right here.
Okay, I'm a fighter, man. You should be on your right.
My name is Sam. I want to for Marseille Boxing Club in France. We are a big fan of you in France. We're so happy to meet you. You from an era where you fought everybody. You fought everybody at their prime. You were not looking to keep it all. You were just looking to fight the best person, right? And nowadays, I feel like it's changing a bit for business reasons. Do you think it has a negative impact on boxing? And what could we do to stop this so people start to actually fight each other?
You know, that's just a question that depends on who you ask. The fact of the matter is, when you call yourself the best, you just fight the best. I don't know. I really don't have a problem. I'm so open to that because, again, times have changed. The sport has changed. I mean, we will never. I mean, although they say who's the greatest fighter of all time, and naturally you say Muhammad Ali. And which is true, no question about that. I mean, there are so many great fighters that I never say he's the greatest. But with Ali, Ali's from a different world. He's from a different planet. He's just from a different place, and what he did in and outside that ring allowed me to be who I am and talking to you guys.
Mr. Leonard, over here.
Yes.
Just one question. Can I have the name and address of the 9-year-old kid that made you quit boxing?
I don't think he's around anymore. No, it was, yeah. In fact, I don't know him. I don't know his name or anything. But I do remember that punch. It was right to the nose. You ever had that punch happen to you? You wanted me to try it?
Many more times than it hit you, I can tell you.
No.
Champion, please here.
Which left?
Champion.
What is your opinion of the Mexican boxing and the Mexican champion Saul Canelo Alvarez?
I'm sorry?
What is your opinion about the Mexican boxing and the Mexican champion Saul Canelo Alvarez?
Alvarez, I mean, from day one, when I first saw this kid, I said, he's going to be something. And he has not proven me wrong. With Mexican fighters, I mean, I've always admired and respected all fighters, but Mexicans in particular. And, you know, I come from a very, my life, I was an introverted kid, quiet kid, I mean shy, extremely shy, but sociable, if that makes any sense. I'm sociable but shy. But when there's so many fighters out there today, and that when they ask me sometimes, I don't say it because I don't want to upset them because of where they are now, and they're pretty much not even in their prime, but they will be there. They'll get better and better and better as they fight better and better fighters.
Sugar, nice to see you again. The question is, what means for you the green belt of WBC? What means in your life the World Boxing Council since Jose Sulaiman and right now with Mauricio?
I made it. You know, what's happening, I can't say. What has happened, there's so many self-governing bodies. There's so many different belts. I mean, how many more can you have? And it kind of dilutes, from my perspective, my personal perspective, it dilutes. I mean, there's so many, there's 20 different titles. I mean, it's...
Ray, we just finished the seminar for the officials. As a boxer, what did you like or not like about referees? What did you wish they would do or what they wouldn't do during your career?
The referee, I never had a problem with a referee that I can recall. I was concerned about my opponent. So no, I had no problem with the referee in my time. But like, I know for sure that they should, in the concern of the guy who's knocked out, or to stop it, because sometimes you can wait too. 1 minute can be too late. 1 minute can be too soon.
Mr. Ray.
Yes.
I just would like to know, how can a shy kid become a legend and someone that the world admires so deep?
You know, my name is Ray Charles Leonard. My mother named me after Ray Charles, the legendary singer. I had no chance. Had no chance. But I don't know, because when I show my kids, my grandkids, my fights, they look at the film and then they look at me, because I'm so different than I was in the ring. Oh yeah, exactly. It was just a whole different dynamic. Yes, back there. Is there someone waving back there? Okay.
First of all, thank you, Champ, to be with us and sharing with us all your experiences. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
The first question I want to ask you is, what do you mean? What do you miss to be out of boxing? To be in the ring, trading punches, to hear the people roaring with you, or maybe the money. What is what you miss most to be retired from boxing?
That there was a power, a reality, because again, when I retired the first time at 25, people say, Ray, you have fame, you have this, you have that, you have money, and this. It wasn't, at some point it wasn't about that. It was about beating the best. And I didn't know how to handle it, because when I retired back in, Jesus Christ, 80, I think it was 82, I just got lost in the drugs and the alcohol. I'm 16 years sober. Yeah. You know what? Boxing has given me so much. Boxing has given me so much. And I want to say something that not very few people know. The fact that I was sexually assaulted as a kid, and I kept it to myself. And you know what allowed me to climb over that and be verbal about that was boxing. Boxing allowed me to feel strong enough to talk about something so delicate, something so controversial, something so unbelievable. But I give boxing a big hug because it made me who I am today. Thank you. Yes.
Who are your two greatest opponents that you had? The top two.
My top two opponents that I faced?
That you admired and respected.
Roberto Duran. Is he in here yet? Is he here? He's in.
He's out there.
He's out there. Well, when you see him, tell him I love him. In fact, he was my first loss. He taught me so much. I received so much, although it was painful that I lost my first professional fight. But I mean, I didn't like him at first, but now we're friends, and I love Roberto Duran.
Do you believe that it's a good move for Canelo going from 168 for the cruiserweight?
The cruiserweight? You know what? I did that with Dying Duran. There was a vacant 168 and light heavyweight, and those was on the line. And he hit me so hard. He hit me so hard. Every time he hit me, he hurt me. The knockdown, well, I was in total control. But I learned something because I relinquished that crown like the next day. I couldn't be a light heavyweight or even a super middleweight.
It's moving from 168 to 200 limit.
It's you'll feel it. Let me show you something.
No, I have a piñata right there.
Yes.
Ray, as you know, I've told you many times you're my greatest idol when I was growing up. And I always saw you as like this unbelievable promoter of the sport. I mean, you took the sport into a new level with pay-per-view, the fights with Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, all of that, and you fought the best, and we've kind of addressed that. What do you think the sport of boxing needs to do now when there's so much competition out there from streaming platforms, from different ways that people can consume their media, social media? How does the sport really get out in front of football, basketball, baseball, and on a global level?
Well, you know, also, I believe, from my perspective, that when boxing was on network television, those were great platforms. And there are so many more, ways to, let's say, promote a fight. You know what, again, and they say boxing is going down. I don't believe that because I think that if it's compatible, the fighters, boxing fans love boxing, but they want to see great boxing, exciting boxing. And you know what, again, I'm an optimist and I won't give up on boxing, put it that way. And this is the reason why boxing will always be.
Here comes Duran.
And I want to say something. Roberto, you're here? You're here? I want to fight again, yeah. But the weight has to be maybe 150. Hello? Roberto, You want to do it? Yeah, but don't hit my face. You can't hit my face, okay?
My legs no good.
Your legs no good? That's wonderful. Oh my. Oh my God.
A un lado, por favor. Con la ventana, acá atrás. Por favor, les pedimos a los que están parados que se sienten, por favor. No nos tapen, por favor. Gracias, por favor. No estoy tan fuego, ¿no? No estoy tan fuego. Los reporteros dejan ver.
¿Se pueden agachar un poco, por favor?
Oh, what's wrong with this picture?
¿Qué pasa?
What's wrong with this picture? I'm shorter than Roberto Duran. Look at this up here.
Ellos están serios, estamos de la risa.
You push it away, push it away.
Te doy aquí también, ¿ah? Bueno, que todo, yo no hablo inglés.
I will translate.
A mí me dijeron que cuando llegara a Estados Unidos, nada más tenía que aprender 2 palabras
They told me when I get to US,
que eran muy importantes.
learn 2
Le
words.
dije yo, ¿cuál? Only woman y only money. Ya.
Woman and money.
Ya no quiero más inglés, ya lo aprendí. Plata y mujer para mí rareza. I want to talk about the English, right? You try Spanish for the people, but mira que no se pendejo nada. I'm very happy. Children is a good friend of mine, has a long time. And you go to Panama for the movies. The movie.
Yes.
Just grab that. Yes, I want to fight with you, pero dile que no hay rencor de nada, que no hay rencor de nada.
He has no bad feelings whatsoever.
He's
All to the
respect.
contrary.
Leonard is a good man, good father, a good boxer. Pero you got 6 kids, 5 kids.
4.
Mira lo gané porque yo tengo 9.
He's got
Te gané. Él tiene 4 hijos. No, yo tengo 13 y te gané.
He's at 13 and he beat you. How would you like
también soy
doing
bueno.
a short memory for Hagler?
Pero bueno, estoy contento de estar aquí.
Yes.
Gracias al señor Mauricio Suleiman. Conocí a su
doing
santo
that
padre, que padre
memory with
descanse. Y me acuerdo cuando Mauricio estaba chiquito,
It's important.
el papá lo llevaba a casa a todas las peleas y ahí fue desarrollando la inteligencia que tiene hoy en día de la comisión de hoy de boxeo, o sea, del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo, y estamos muy contentos y gracias a Dios por la felicidad que tengo de boxeo, Mauricio, don Suleiman, y estoy contento con Sugar Ray, porque Sugar Ray siempre que hace contratos dentro de los Estados Unidos, que él vive allá, porque él hace muchas obras de beneficencia para los niños que están enfermos, para la gente que no tiene con qué comer, y él siempre me llama y me dice, Duran, quiero que venga aquí a Estados Unidos, que yo vivo, y quiero que me ayuden esto y esto y esto y esto. Y yo me manda mi pasaje en avión, y voy casi a los hospitales, al hospital con el kit se jaló todo. Mire que me entiende, huevón este. Entonces, vamos para todos lados, me lleva para todos lados, a ver gente enferma, gente con cáncer, y son gente que, cosas que yo le agradezco a Ray Leonard. Ya le dije, lo que pasó, pasó, pero estamos viviendo en vida nueva, ¿entiendes? Ya él no es boxeador, yo soy boxeador. Él es un hombre de negocio, yo no soy hombre de negocio, yo soy jodedor, que no es lo mismo. Pero estoy contento con Sugar Ray Leonard. También quiero darle las gracias al señor Suleiman, que cada vez que hace una convención siempre se acuerda de todos los boxeadores, no de uno, de todos nosotros. ¿Por qué? Porque nosotros pensamos pues, que ya estamos olvidados y que la gente no se acuerda de uno y estamos bastante equivocados. ¿Por qué? Porque cuando nosotros éramos boxeadores, mucha gente iba a vernos pelear, pagaban un dinero por vernos pelear nosotros. Pero, como nosotros somos así, terminamos de pelear, no quiero que nadie nos salude, nos sentimos un poco creídos, ¿por qué? Pero esos son errores mentales de uno que tiene en la mente. ¿Y dónde viene lo bueno? Ahora, cuando uno pasa todo lo que ha pasado, es cuando uno más tiene que querer al público, respetar al público y tomarse fotos con el público. Porque nosotros nos debemos a ustedes, no ustedes a nosotros. Porque ustedes nos pagaron, ustedes pagaron por ir a vernos a nosotros. Y nosotros estamos muy contentos, por lo menos de mi parte, tanto igual que Ray Leonard. Y quiero darle las gracias y pedir disculpas también a todos ustedes si nos portamos mal dentro de la carrera de boxeo de nosotros. Pedir perdón, pedir excusa, eso es bueno, porque Dios te ama y Dios te quiere.
Bravo.
Solamente quiero decirle a todos ustedes muchas gracias, gracias a don Mauricio por la convención que está haciendo del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo, la WBC, y a todos ustedes que Dios me los bendiga y que viva México. Gracias.
Mire, quiero
¡Hey! Antes de saber, ¿me tienen miedo? Igual la falla aquí. Ya conocen antes, ¿no? Vinny, paciencia, papá. El único hombre que no tiene paciencia para nada. Yo que estoy en España, en Italia speak Spanish very good, right? No. Ya, pero si los italianos hablan español. Sí, perdón.
En este momento vamos a proceder a un momento especial que hemos planeado. El día de hoy vamos a rendir un homenaje a uno de los grandes boxeadores de la historia. Lamentablemente se fue y ya no está con nosotros, pero aquí está en imagen. Marvin Hagler passed away, being one of the greatest fighters, a great hero with all of you. And we ask everyone to play 1 minute of applause in the memory of marvelous Marvin Hagler. 1 minuto de aplausos para Marvin Hagler, por favor. There was a great era, the golden era. They were called the Four Kings. So here are the Four Kings in the piñatas: Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Roberto Duran. This is a very special moment in our convention. I'm very proud to be here. Now I'd like to ask the future champions to come to the stage and join for the official picture. Ray Picasso and El Pollo Aguilar are here. Is there any other fighter? Please come.
De este lado, por favor.